Here's me to do an intro on this one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Best Family Homestead. I am here with Robert from the Old Bird Farm vlog and 10 very cramped pullets. Now these guys are considered pullets right now. Chicks, a chicken is a full-grown chicken. A pullet is in between when they get their feathers and start laying eggs, basically like a layer. And a chick is what they are from when they hatch to when they start getting their feathers. Now these guys might not be full pullet age yet. You can see they've mostly feathered out. I don't know, they're pretty much there, but they're not quite cute anymore. They're actually kind of ugly because they still don't have all their feathers in, and then they turn into beautiful chickens, especially some of what these guys are going to be. They're gorgeous. So you guys remember on the video, it's only been 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since we put them in here, and they were about this tall. And now their heads are hitting the top of their pullet house here, and it's getting really hard to water and feed them and clean out their brooder box, excuse me. This is the brooder box with the heat lamp to get them from chicks to pullet size. So you guys have seen me finish up building the chicken Taj Ma Coop, and this is going to be interesting. As soon as I get them out of here, I'm going to modify this and add some extra framework and a small door here so that I can reach down in and grab them without opening the whole thing, because they are definitely quick. They don't like it when you open this, and we've got to get them from here into our box and then go put them, and then get the brooder box into the Taj Ma Coop, and then get these guys turned loose in their new digs, which is going to be pretty funny, and they are going to have a great time. So this, you might be able to video Robert. I might be able to grab them by myself, and it very well might possibly take 2 hands.
Cue up the comedy music.
Yes, cue up the music. I got no something that's going to help. I'll be right back. Alright, so I decided to maybe use my head a little bit. This way I only have one side to really worry about them jumping out of. One. Come here, Mama. This also helps because you call someone who's scared a chicken for a reason. Chickens are scared of the dark. And if you notice, now that I put this blanket over, they're all over here in the light. Those chickens do not like to be in the dark. What's up, buddy? Or Mama? Yeah, they're almost full pullets. You can see where they still don't have all their little feathers in. So we're gonna still have the light on them there for a little while, just so they don't get too cold when it's 40 degrees at night. But they chill out. They're pretty, we've handled them a little bit. They just don't like it when you reach inside their house. I wouldn't like it if some giant reached and opened my roof and started trying to grab me either, I guess. Come on, baby. Pretty. It's gonna be a pretty bird. I am sure glad I had that big tall box. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's warm out, and they do have most of their feathers, so they don't need a heat lamp really during the day right now anyway. So now I've got them boxed up where they're safe. I don't have to worry too much about them getting out or the cats. So what we can do now is go ahead and get our brooder box moved over there, because our plans for the pullet house and the brooder box is being that Robert wants to, we both basically homesteads, not necessarily farms, not trying to really make money, but trying to keep from losing money, especially on our animals, getting our animals to where we can raise food for cheaper than we can get it at the grocery store. And we might, make a little money, but it's not going to be to make a profit. It's going to be to pay for the cost of our food. So kind of our plans are with that pullet house, to give you an idea of some of the upcoming videos we got on both of our channels, is raising chickens for meat. Now it's a big difference between laying hens. Laying hens grow slow. They start laying eggs around 8 months old. And they live, a fairly long time, around between 4, 6, 7 years. I've got one at 6 years old. But with meat birds, you have to rotate them. They grow extremely fast. Most of your meat chickens are ready to process anywhere between like 4 to 6 months. So they're almost full grown. So the idea with the pullet house is we can do a rotation. We can let them spend a couple weeks in the brooder box, and then we take them out of the brooder box and they just go on the floor of the pullet house, of the Taj Ma Coop. They'll spend another month to 2 months till they're fully feathered and ready to move out in the pullet house. So they'll go from here to the floor of the pullet house about 2 or 3 weeks before we move the ones on the floor of the pullet house. We'll put new chicks in here, and then the ones that are on the floor of the pullet house will go to chicken tractors that we're going to build out at we're going to put at the old bird farm. And one of the reasons I want to use the chicken tractors is, you guys know me, I'm an animal lover, but I also recognize the need for being self-sufficient and raising your own food. So it kind of keeps your laying hens, because Robert's even worse than me, I think. He loves his girls, his hens. You get attached to those girls. So by keeping them here in the house and then in a chicken tractor, that's food. You don't think about those as chickens or pets. Those are food. And that way, over the course of about 4 or 5 months, we'll have, at any given time, have chicks in here, pullets in the pullet house, and chickens in the chicken tractor will move around. And then every 4 or 5 months we'll be ready to process around 10 or 11 birds and put them in the freezer. And I don't know if any of you guys have kept up with the news or been to the grocery store lately. Chicken is, one, hard to find, and it is expensive. So in order to try and cut some costs and get back, just be a little more self-sufficient, that's our plan. So that's why you keep hearing me talk about a brooder box, a pullet house. Just thought I'd explain a lot of terminology that I hadn't thought about explaining before in the past few videos we've been doing this on. So now we're going to move this heavy son of a gun here. I did bring the tractor over, so we just got to move it from here over to the tractor forks. We'll take it over. I do need to clean these chips out, and we'll get it all clean to put inside the pullet house. Put some chips on the floor, and then turn these guys loose. All right, we got it loaded up the easy way. noticed it before. All right, guys, so, man, these guys are dirty. And I've cleaned this thing out several times. Every 3 or 4 days. But I showed you guys how I made my trash cans here, or my PVC bag. Voila! And right there, that'll be going over into the compost pile. That's some nasty stuff, but it's some good stuff. Let me grab a... We'll be right back. Let me find my dustpan. Alright guys, so you notice past few videos I've kind of went off on little tirades off and on. So I figured, hey, why break a good streak? Today I'm gonna go into quality of the stuff. So I saw this at my local hardware store. I'm like, oh, finally, the indestructible dustpan, you know? Thing's like 2 months old, 3 months old. Now, I very distinctly remember, and Robert, you might too, my grandma had a dustpan. It looked just like this. It was the same dustpan for like 20 years. Well, I guess it was a lot heavier. Like 20 years the dustpan lasted. This one's like 3 months old.
You got you some tape right there.
Yeah, I mean,
nice. Getting right there.
Like 3 months. And it wasn't cheap.
They just don't make stuff like they used to, and they really don't.
They don't.
The quality of manufacturing has gone way down.
I think the only reason they even make this one anymore is to play on nostalgia of people like mine. Like, oh, my grandma had that. It looked just like that, and it lasted forever. Nope. Not this one. And now this, the bottom of this is sealed. So I don't really have to worry about this piece of OSB board in here, Rob, because it is sealed. Now it is pulling up a little bit, so I'm probably will bring a vacuum in once I turn these laying hens out. And that is my plan for this pullet house. And the I know in the last video I talked about waterproofing and stuff and what we do and don't do, but for the floor of this and the pullet house, I probably will just some Thompson's water seal or something like that, just because with this having you know, chicken poop, which is on the acidic side, quite a bit on the acidic side, lots of nitrogen as well.
I just had a fantastic idea here.
Yeah.
Should cut the clean out right here.
I know. I thought about that.
Open it up, put a bucket under it.
I was thinking about either cutting a clean out here or making a trap door here to open up. Yeah. One of the two.
Either way. I think you clean out here in a bucket.
Yeah.
It goes right under there. Just sweep it all into that hole. It goes into the bucket and into the compost.
And now that I'm putting this inside the coop, I might use these smaller chicken wire, which still is actually harder. Now I've seen this done, where you have the wire floor. Mm-hmm. That actually makes it harder to clean out because everything gets stuck in the wire. That's why I prefer doing this. And for the most part, if I'd fitted my trash bag better on this cleanup, that last cleanup, for the most part, not much gets down here. Most all of it stays in the trash bag with the PVC handle. And it will be, it's 4 foot, and this is fine. We probably won't be able to turn it once we get in here. So go ahead.
Yeah, just bring it over. Oh wait, which way are you gonna put it?
Well,
straight back.
So I was thinking, which way do you think?
I think straight back.
That's what I was thinking. So you'll probably have to come out because we're not gonna be able to turn it. So go ahead and hop out, and then
I get stuck.
You'd be stuck.
I gotcha.
Well, come on this side because it opens this way. And now.
Sliding off your
Yeah, well that's because, you know what? Alright guys, I built this to be very easy to do with, and then I forgot. Here, hop out. It is not one unit. You just sat down.
So this entire time,
Ah!
we didn't have to pinch both of those up.
Well, that was just easier because we had the tractor. Oh my goodness, look at that. It almost looks like I designed it that way, which I did. Then I forgot that I Welcome to the life of a punch-drunk soldier. Been blown up too many times. Wow, that was lucky.
Sure was.
And one other thing that will be happening in here before we put new chicks in the brooder box is we will be adding some tin around that side because we will have the heat lamp, but it'll help keep them a little bit warmer. That'll do. All right, there we go. So now they've got their little nesting pole there. Let's go get some chips. Go and get their waters and whatnot set up in here.
Yeah.
And I just bring the heat lamp. I think probably put the heat lamp maybe here.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll just, or scoot this that way we can hang it here so it's further away from the wood. Just let it sit about that high, and that will make them want to get up on that roosting pole.
Sounds good.
But that'll just be able to sweep out.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Huh?
Alexa just said that's what I thought while we were having a conversation about something. Or not Alexa, Siri. Kind of creepy. She's listening in. She agrees though that you can just sweep it out.
I don't know if I feel comfortable that she agrees with me.
I don't know. She said it right on cue though. That's what I thought. Camera got it.
Oh, I know. Wow, this one. Go. Sorry. They don't even know what to do with all this room. All right, everybody. Well, I think we will set the camera in here and let these guys explore and let them get used to it without us in here. And I won't be here to watch it, but it should be some pretty interesting footage. I'll cut a piece of wood, whatever this distance from here is, and because the top is still open, you know, so, and I'll just cut one piece of wood and slide it down, nail the top and the bottom. All right, everybody, so as you saw, they seem to really enjoy their new home. They got some more room and they are going to be able to grow nice and big and start laying some good eggs soon. We still have a couple other little surprises for the coop. I'll show you guys here in the next few weeks. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to see more like this, check out Robert's channel, the old bird farm vlog, and have a good day.